Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining. My name is Oleg, and I will open the warm-up today with a short presentation about ourselves, and then we'll give the floor to the companies to present themselves, the positions, and we'll be happy to answer all of your questions. Just one final thing before we get started. We have the chat going on, so you can send questions. And can you please write there that you can hear me, that everything is good with the sound? Sound is okay. Okay, hey, yes, thank you very much. I will start the presentation with a few words about us, the Games Factory talents and the Games Factory. We are based in Finland at the embassy and showroom of the games of the Finnish games industry, Games Factory in Helsinki. And what we do, we're helping Finnish and Nordic game companies to find talent abroad, sometimes in Finland. And we are organizing IT and game shop fairs. We're helping to relocate developers to Finland and Nordics. And we're also organizing the annual Finnish Game Day event in St. Petersburg for the fourth time. But today we're going to be mainly talking about the upcoming IT and Game Shop Fair, where we would like you to participate. We're a small company. We're 4 people, and we are a talent agency that helps the companies to find the best talents in the IT and games industry. We have background both in game industry and recruitment, and we've been doing these relocations already for about 2 years, almost 2 years. And what we do and how we find the talents, usually through the events, and we work with all the major game companies in Finland and Nordics. A little bit about the upcoming IT and Game Shop Fair in St. Petersburg. So this is going to be our 3rd event that takes place in St. Petersburg. And it's going to take place at the Ingria Technopark, which is next to the Metro Petrogradskaya. These are the pictures from the last event that we hosted exactly a year ago, last June. We will do the presentations. We will do interesting talks there. But most importantly, each company is going to have its small individual room to run the interviews. That's why we're encouraging you to send the resume in advance and book your spot for the interview. That's why we're requesting the registration and asking you to send the resume. With these words, I want to say thank you very much for joining, and I hope to see you in St. Petersburg. And now we are going to proceed with the presentations of the companies.
Okay, hi, I'm Mia. I'm one of the team members here at Games Factory, and next we move on with the musician. And Rob, you are there.
Yep, we are here.
Okay, good.
Okay, I suppose we can just go straight into it. I always use this as an opportunity to practice my Russian. So, Всем привет, как дела? Woohoo! I've been practicing that all evening, but a bit about us. So my name is Rob Pappas. I'm leading talent acquisition here at Musician. So as you can see, we're the world's largest music educator. We have over 15 million monthly active users on the Musician suite. And then we also have Guitar Tuna as well. So if we involve the 2 of them, we're up to about 16 million monthly active users. So we can go to the next slide. Yep, so as you can see from that sweet little graphic there, our focus is making musicality as common as literacy. Essentially, we want to get our application in as many households as entirely possible so that people can learn to play music at a high level. So, yep. Yep, next slide. Yeah, so Musician is cross-platform, so that's important time to potentially break into a bit of the technical roles that we're working with. So definitely cross-platform. So we're talking across iOS, Android, also web. Takes a lot of work to have such a really smart product like Musician, where we're using a lot of audio engineering algorithms. So that ends up meaning that we need a lot of support on the QA side, and then also on like the build engineering side. So if you folks happen to have, you know, QA skills, build engineer skills, Unity on the app layer, that's all very important for us. Yep. Next slide.
Sorry, my mistake.
Okay, this keeps me on my toes. It's all good.
Yeah. Just let me find, where did I go now?
Musician is a great way to learn, practice, and master.
You want to hear this?
Just play along with any guitar.
Heck yeah, I do.
Musician listens to you play and gives instant feedback on your accuracy and timing. Fun and addictive gameplay tracks your progress and keeps you motivated. Whether you're a complete beginner or experienced player, you can follow amazing expert design courses that guide you with tutorials, songs, and exercises. And you can upload your own songs, so you can play the music you love, and teachers can give their students exactly what they need. So download the free app and join millions of others jamming with Musician.
Okay. And now I will actually try to find your presentation. Okay, back to the presentation.
Okay. Yeah, but that was actually a nice segue. So that does give you an idea of how the product works. We do try and blend a bit of gamification with music education. We mentioned before, that number is actually wrong. So we're up to 16 million monthly active users, 300 million songs played, and, you know, clearly a lot of notes are played out there. But we continue to grow month over month, which is great for the product. Yep, next slide. Yeah, so we talked about this a bit before, but certainly cross-platform. So I mentioned iOS, Android, OS X, Windows, and actually no longer Linux, so that probably needs to be updated. On the UI side, we are using, well, not surprisingly, so we're using JavaScript. We were using Angular, but on some of the newer websites, we're now using React. Native audio engine, so a lot of really interesting stuff that we're doing with the audio engine. That's pretty much hardcore C++. And then on the back end, so we've recently hired multiple folks, actually from Russia, so back-end engineers that are strong with Python, Flask, and MongoDB, and AWS on the back end. So that gives you a sense of the technical stack. Yep, next slide. Yeah, so briefly talking about the teams. So they're cross-functional. So there's a product manager, a data scientist, a designer. There's also QA folks, project managers, and then also music educators as well. So small, efficient teams. You do have the ability to work cross-functionally, which is nice. And then also, if you're maybe we typically have multiple people within certain roles. So we have chapters as well in which you'll get to work with like-minded people. So that talks a bit about the team. Yep, so Musician office. At this point, we're up to 2 offices actually. So as we grow, we thought that opening up a new office out in New York would be a great thing for us. Our biggest market is actually in the United States and then following the United Kingdom. So it just made a lot of sense for us to open up an office out in New York. The largest office is the Helsinki office. So we have 90 plus people there. It's really open space. If you like ping pong, I'm ready to compete against you. We play on a fairly regular basis. If you like any musical instruments, then even better, because the office is pretty much, I would say we have more musical instruments than we do have people in the office. So there's plenty of instruments to play. Yep, this gives you an idea of the culture. Yeah, and one of the best things about this, outside of, I would say, the mission, which is pretty cool to be able to change people's lives from a musical perspective, but one of the nicest things about working at Musician, well, I guess it's good and bad. It's primarily a good thing, but the bad thing is that clearly the weather in Helsinki, as in St. Petersburg and as in Russia, is not always perfect. But to combat that, we've come up with something that we do annually, which we call Waedu. that's a trip abroad that the entire company does. So we go somewhere warm for a month each year in November. This year we're actually going to Las Palmas. Last year we went to Curacao, and then the year before that we were in Bali. So this is a really nice opportunity to get out of the darkness and the cold, and then spend some time just getting to know your teammates better, and then just relaxing on the beach. Yep. So that's pretty much everything. The last thing I would note, first off, this event's always been really great to us, and it's been awesome working with Games Factory. We've had a lot of success with it. In the last 2 years, I believe we've placed about 4 or 5 folks from it. As a company as a whole, we're 100+ people, and then we're about 16 Russian folks. So it's definitely our highest minority. So we've found a lot of success from hiring from Russia. Right now, we are offering a number of different positions and looking for folks, as I mentioned, within app development, QA, project management. Moving forward, there's going to be continue to be more potentially within continuous integration, like build engineers, and also at some point, maybe even DevOps or backend. As a heads up, we do offer relocation for anyone that we place. So we would be offering a flat bonus. We'd be paying for the visa, helping to move the family over to an extent as well, and then paying for any of the transportation. We do not offer remote work, just as a heads up to the 16 participants here. We do not offer remote work. But yeah, if there's other questions, please let me know. We'd love to be in touch, and feel free to connect with me over LinkedIn immediately. We'd be happy to discuss even before the event as well. So thank you.
Thank you, Rob. Remember to sign the host back to me so I can allow people in. But the next company presentation we have is Varjo. And unfortunately, the talent acquisition head of Varjo couldn't join us today, but Oleg will go through the presentation with you. Unless I manage to do something super weird again. Let's look. Here it is. Okay.
Okay, hi guys, once again. So unfortunately, the Varjo could not join because they're having some outside meeting today, but they will be coming to St. Petersburg, and they're looking for a lot of engineers. So thank you very much for joining. And just to let you know, Varjo is the company that is producing extremely high quality VR headset. And with that being said, we'll now try to post a short video. So sorry, a few words about the Varjo. So it's a company that was established in 2016. It has over 130 employees, 14 nationalities, and English is the language to be spoken. And most of the positions that the company is having are technical and related to graphics, rendering, computer vision, data science, and build and integration. And especially the development done with Unreal Engine. Yeah, and the new product launch is actually, the new product will be announced end of this week. So hopefully there's going to be some new cool stuff announced by the time you get to meet the company in St. Petersburg on June 15th. And now hopefully that is going to play some technical.
That seems to be the end of the slideshow. Let's go back. Here. Do we have the link separately? Oh.
It's only in the.
Okay. Then clearly there's the technical issue that it doesn't. Just a moment. Let's see what we can do. This is yeah. Sorry about this. This worked previously well. This is just another demo effect.
Okay, but
Yeah.
I think that we will be sending the presentations after
Yes.
after the call, so you'll get to see the very cool video actually explaining what the company is doing and the products, and especially the companies like Audi and many others that are using Vario for their like product development. So we'll send you the video after the call.
Yes, definitely. And next, now we are a bit early. We should have Airborne next, or was it? Is it now? I can't recall our own agenda.
No, it was.
Is it Roman? Is it your turn now? Hello, Roman. Can you hear us? Roman, it should be now your presentation. Can you unmute your microphone?
Hey.
Hello, Roman.
Yeah. Hey, hi, folks. I'm Roman from PanzerDoc. We are a Russian-Finnish startup, currently at early stage of growth. We launched our first game 3.5 months ago. Currently have 5.5 million installs and around $1 million monthly revenue. Next slide.
Yes. Sorry, I'm not good with PDFs.
So what we did is a isometric mobile shooter, 5 versus 5, with real-time physics, destruction, scars. The game was launched this January. Next slide. And one of, well, probably the most important thing for us is physics. So there are very few or maybe no real-time action games like this one on the market, which has some, well, which has physics. In this game, I hope you will play it well after this conference call and see how it looks. Next slide. And yeah, you can play with your friends. You can join a clan, team up, well, to play together against another team. Next slide. There are multiple weapons, characters, and tactics which can be used. Next slide. The game recently got several awards from different competitions. The game was in soft launch since a year probably. Officially launched this January. It is currently, the recent award was from Google. It was It got a mark Editor's Choice, and also was featured many times in different categories and front pages on the stores. Next slide. So here are some recent numbers regarding our install base, gross revenue, etc., and our projections for this year. And that is one of the reasons why we're here and looking for more talents, because we need to boost our metrics. Next. And here's the list what we did this year and what we're going to launch very soon. So we actually have very short iteration cycles. We have releases once or 2 times a month. Next. And the nearest update will be very soon. Hope you will enjoy it. The game will finally get a voice chat. Next. So as you can see, we are currently a small team, but we are hiring more people, well, around 5 to 6 persons a month. So we're actually looking for artists, engineers, user interface engineers, marketing specialists, QA, community support. So most likely that, well, any of you could find some position in our company. Next slide. If you have any questions, you can ask me right now using the chat, or we can talk later in June, or maybe by email. All right, thank you all.
Thank you, Roman.
Yes, I will stay as a host now.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. We are still looking for getting one presenter in. There has been these technical issues, so he hasn't been able to sign up for the for this call yet. But hopefully he would get in soon, because it's actually his presentation that we are having next. But as Roman mentioned, if you have any questions to any of the companies, please do not hesitate to use the group chat. You can put there like any questions you have in mind. Rob already mentioned that usage and support in relocation, and in case you have some other questions, like yeah, well, whatever. Feel free to use the chat. Okay, Ivan already asked Roman, who are you looking for? So Roman, if you can please just, for example, type in the positions that you have open at the moment, so then everybody would see it as well, and they can then submit their CV, and hopefully you'll find all the persons that you're looking for. Okay, do we have any information about our missing presenter?
He's trying now.
Okay.
And we can give him some 1 minute to join, and if not, then we will just show the presentation.
Yeah.
So maybe we can already share the presentation.
Yes, we can. Let's start with the first slide instead of the last one. Okay, as you can see from the group chat, there's plenty of positions at Panzerdog. So if you have any of the skills, don't forget to submit your CV.
Okay, and our last but not least company, Rehabo. It's a Finnish startup that's been existing for a couple of years, and Peter Green, the CEO, is trying to fix something and join the call, but just to keep the time track and keep this presentation short, they will be joining the St. Petersburg, and they are looking for a lot of developers to help them take the product to the next level. But the company called itself Rehabo because it comes from the word rehabilitation, meaning that it's something through the gamified application and through the gamified product, they're trying to make people to move more, especially complete some certain tasks and some certain exercises. So there's 3 products that have been already launched by the company. Rehabo Squat, where apparently you have to do the squats with a certain time period. Rehabo Walk in the park, and Rehabo Paddle, so where you need to do the paddling or doing the walkabout. And in terms of Rehabo Squat, so you can see that it's a Kinect and a motion-based camera that tracks your squats, and you can see the gameplay on the big screen. This way, of course, you can just repeat or see what you need to do from a bigger screen. These are just the funny pictures of the very first games, or the products that were developed and tested in many places in Helsinki and also at the hospitals. This is already a next version, where you can see how the product looks like. So it's not only the game, but the whole set, the TV, the screen, and the camera, and you can come and play. Some of these products are used in the office environment, where the employers want the people to feel better, or kind of make their work not only sitting, but also fun at the same time. And of course, it's rehabilitation, so it's also improving the health. In terms of the company, so it's very small, but it's growing fast. And Peter Green, who is the CEO and co-founder, you can see his funny picture in there. He was the one that was supposed to do the presentation, but the company got the funding and was actually selected to be supported by the Business Finland. So the company is growing, and currently they have a few more open positions coming. Especially they're looking for the game designer. Yes, if you're a game designer and you want to grow yourself into the games that are not only fun but also help to improve the health, so that's an opportunity. And of course, by applying to the event, I just want to remind you that all the companies will get to see your resume, including ourselves. But that's it probably about the Rehabo. So one of the companies that are also going to St. Petersburg, and you can see the details of Peter. So in case you have questions, you can just reach out directly. Or actually, you can send also messages to us, to the Games Factory Talents, and we'll be able to connect you directly with the team.
Okay, thank you, Oleg. And as you noticed, I really think that those kind of games would be excellent in office spaces. You get to do squats, and apparently it seemed to be some sort of a roller coaster that you were in, and you're doing squats and all sorts of exercises. I think we need to get one of those here as well. However, now it's time for the Q&A, and please send questions in the group chat, so we get some more questions than just the sponsor dog positions. Kirill is asking if Finnish game companies are interested to find a 3D artist. Yes, there are some companies looking for 3D artists. I don't know if we have any companies at the moment joining for the St. Petersburg event, but I certainly hope so. And of course, in case you don't find any suitable position from the application page, there's the open application that comes straight to us, so we can check our other customers in case they are in need of 3D game artists, and then try to match you to those companies. So in case, just remember, in case you don't find any suitable position that would be perfect fit for your skills, then you can just send us the open application through the event application page as well. Is there any other questions coming? I think we can also end the meeting soon. We went through all the presentation with the records pace, and if there's no questions, feel free to send your questions later on by email on our Facebook group or anything. I know it's sometimes hard to figure out some questions when you just got a lot of information, so it might come like tomorrow morning after well slept night, you have plenty of questions in your head, so just shoot us an email or connect with us on Facebook and or Telegram. We are also in Telegram. We are also apparently in Instagram, so we might have some funny photos of our team or of our events there. But I think Telegram and WhatsApp, not WhatsApp, but Facebook and email are the easiest way to connect with us and ask any questions.
And I just want to let you know that we will combine all these presentations into one, and we will send you the link afterwards so that you can take a closer look at each of the companies. And all the companies will be coming to St. Petersburg, so we're hoping to see you there as well.
Just a moment. We just got Peter, the CEO of Rehabo, into our session. Hello, Peter. Can you hear us, Peter? Peter, can you hear us?
Hello, I seem to be in.
Hi.
Here we are.
Okay. Can you all hear Peter? I think you might need to speak up a bit because it's quite.
Okay. No
okay.
worries.
No, it's better. We actually already went through your presentation, but
you did. Good.
I don't mind if you want to do it again.
I don't think there's need for that. I guess you all have an idea what we are. So we are in the serious gaming cluster in a small niche area called exergaming, and really looking at how to activate people in front of the game screen. Currently on a large screen on the wall or on a totem with wheels, and very soon also in any laptops using standard camera and artificial intelligence to track the movements. And I guess you already saw in the presentation, our three target audiences are hospitals, especially children, elderly care homes, and the most exciting in a way is the offices, how to do power breaks and activate the for example, game developers.
Do you think we could get some sort of a prototype or some game to test then in St. Petersburg?
Yeah, at some point we are currently sourcing the totems and working on with the AI solution. I would like to bring at some point the totem for a couple of months to be played at the Games Factory. It would be great. It would be really great.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. That will be after the summer.
Okay.
And now for the
time you come to Finland, visit Games Factory and do squats at Games Factory.
Exactly. And there are new games coming out as well with a lot of movement, so it's good fun. However, for this St. Pete event, I think that the main thing is that we are going to hopefully expand the team after the summer and looking for great talent, both employees and also freelancers or great partner companies that can give us valuable hours, weeks, and months. So we are looking at the long-term cooperation.
Okay, that's good to hear.
But I think that's pretty much it. So too bad none of us can join to the event.
Oh, that's sorry to hear.
But later on, we are early stage, so currently not desperately looking for people, but that time will come hopefully sooner than later.
Okay. And how about in case you find suitable talents from this event, you'll get access to the CVs and you find someone. Are you willing to support in the relocation?
Of course, we then really need to see on the talent that what we are looking and how we see the sort of existing candidates versus international candidates. But of course.
Oh, that's good to hear.
All right.
Okay.
I'm here at one event, so I'll hang up and wish you all a great journey to St. Pete's and have a good time and find some good peeps. We really need them here.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, that was great to have Peter on board for a while. And still, in case you have any questions, feel free to use the chat. Otherwise, I think we are actually quite ready to also end the meeting. And we will compile all the presentation into one, and definitely we will find you the link to the Vario video because that's pretty cool. So we want to share it with you, and we try to do all of this already today, later today, but latest tomorrow you'll get the email with all the presentations that we've shared today. Okay. I want to thank you all for joining and wish you a very excellent evening ahead.
And see you in St. Petersburg in June.